Hello, this is my introduction for the Spring 2017 EDAD 910 Environments in Higher Education. My name's Alan Wilkins. I prefer to be called Alan, and my preferred pronoun is he or him. So, my academic background, I have a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology from the University of Northern Iowa. That's in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Uh, with my professional experience, I was a resident assistant for a summer for the Upward Bound program, which is a federal program that allows high school students from lower income families to sort of get a grip on their college dreams, aspirations, and how to achieve those aspirations with the guidance of people who have been there, which is what I did. After that, I was a admissions counselor at Iowa Wesleyan College for a little under a year, and then I moved on to my current job as a staff assistant at UNL in the International Student and Scholar Office, where I'm at the front desk and I help the other staff there in the office and help greet international visitors to the office. My personal interests include biking, learning Japanese, reading comic books, cooking, and learning to live more sustainably than I already do. Um, my professional goals, my first one would be to graduate from my current program. I am in the Master of Arts program in Educational Administration with a focus in higher education. After I would graduate from that program, ideally I would have a job where I'd be able to somehow benefit international visitors and other international affiliates with the institution that I would be working at, ideally a U.S. institution of higher education, and then in some capacity I would be able to help out international visitors, whether that be with immigration or international agreements or something related to that. Some strengths that I bring to the learning environment is I believe I engage well with others, particularly in group discussions. I do like to comment during discussions on other people's posts a fair amount, and so I feel like I engage well with others. Also, I listen to NPR every morning, so I consider myself fairly up to date on current events, and so I usually like to sort of compare what I'm learning in my class to events that are happening at the time or recent events, and so then you kind of know what's going on and sort of comment on other people's posts on other current events. Uh, Concerns or considerations that I have for the class are that, um, as we know, this past election, there's been a lot of reporting on what we like to say are fake news, and so my concern, I suppose, would be that all of us, of course, are in a graduate level program, but still sometimes it can be difficult to tell the difference between fake news and real news. Um, and so it is my hope that we are able to shy away from having fake news in our discussion posts and in our papers and such, and we'll be able to tell the difference between the two. Also, making sure that we don't use journal articles that may be not as well cited or may have a very small sample size that would be unlikely to be replicated. Their findings might be unlikely to be replicated. I recently heard on an NPR story that very few studies are actually replicated, and sometimes those that are replicated are easily dismissed. So that's something of a concern that I have going forward, using studies and papers and learning about new things. So those are some concerns I have. Other than that, I don't have any other concerns, and that I hope that we can have meaningful discussion in the discussion posts, and that we can do that. What I really hope to learn from this course is, it's about higher education environments, and so I kind of hope to learn if there are major differences between higher education institutions within the United States. I hope to learn kind of what those differences are, and I hope to learn also, with my interest in international education, I would really like to learn the difference between higher education environments and cultures between, say, for example, I know that UNL has a large Chinese population, so I am very interested in learning the differences between higher education institutions in China and their environment, and their differences between the environments in U.S. higher education institutions. So I'm interested in learning about that a lot, as well as other countries. Other than that, I love learning about cultures, and so I guess that's just something you should know about me, is that I just love learning about culture. That's why I got my Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology, and so that's why I really have a keen interest in international education and what higher education institutions are like abroad. So that's about me and my introduction, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that we can work together well. Thank you very much.